Hello everyone. Today I would like to explain about sending email from our Django application using Gmail as an email service provider. Actually, there are different steps we need to follow and I will go through each steps one by one. First of all, we will create a simple Django application with a simple API to send an email, and we will configure our application with the information related to email service provider, and then we will try to configure email template. We will use simple email HTML template that will be used as a body of the email content. And then the important thing, we can configure our Gmail account to generate password for our application so that we don't need to use our actual Gmail password to send an email. And finally, we will send email and verify if it's working or not. At the end, I would like to share uh, a trick that I have been using to test multiple Gmail accounts. Actually, we can use same Gmail account and act as if we have multiple Gmail accounts. I will share that trick at the end of the video. Let's start. First of all, we will create a Django project. For that, we need to install Django, and then we can verify if Django has been installed or not. So we can do that by typing Django admin version. Yes, you can see we have already installed 2.1.7 version of the Django. Let's create new project. Start project. Let's call it email Django DJ email app. Let's get into the project Django email app and my Python 3 manage.py and then migrate. Please make sure you have installed Postgres or MySQL, whatever is used for your application. And I'm using Python 3 just to make sure that I'm using Python version number 3. I have installed multiple other versions of Python like Python 2 for other purpose. That's why I just want to make sure that I'm using Python 3 in this case. So you can see it has installed all the required database tables. Now let's try to run the project. Manage run server. We can check if this is working. Here you can see we have already installed Django and created a simple Django project. Let me try to open this project in Visual Studio. Go to Visual Studio. Yes, open Django email app. Is this the right one? Tutorials, Django email app, open. What happened? Let me close and try to open the project once again. Click on open, go to Django tutorials, email app, open. Yeah, it's in the secondary screen. I will bring back to the main screen. Oh, sorry. So here you can see we have opened the application in our Visual Studio Code editor. So now we are in the first step. Now let's create a simple API to send an email. For that we have to let's create new app, Django app, Django admin start app. Let's call it email app. Inside email app, where is it? Looks like I'm not in the right folder. Oh, sorry. Django email app, Django admin start app, and let's call it email app. Now we should be able to see a new folder. Inside this, we can, first of all, we need to register this app into settings.py under installed apps. So let's add that app. Let's go to the view and create simple API. Let's call it send email API request return. We can return JSON response with data, and for now I will be sending static data. And let's write some message, simp API to send an email. Now we need to import Django.http import JSON response. I know this is not the best way to create an API, but I just want to demonstrate sending email feature, not creating an API feature. So now we have successfully created a function based view, and we are returning a dummy data as an JSON response. Now what we need to do is we have to go to the URLs of our main project. Let's import that email app dot views, and it's views import send email API. Let's call it send email, and then send email API. After this, we should be able to call that API send email from slash. Cool. Here you can see that our server is able to return JSON response, which means we are done with the first part. Let's move to the second step. So now in the second step, we have to configure our application with the information from our email service provider. In our case, it's email. I will just copy paste this content inside settings.py in order to save a bit of time. Just copy paste it, and what does it say? Ignore or fix this. Not sure if it has fixed the problem. We will fix it manually. So we need to provide email backend. We don't have to use any external library to send email from Django application. We can use email backend class, which is available in the Django core library. And please make sure that the strings are quoted properly. Yeah, I have used my personal test email, and yes, this is random password. We need to change this later on. I'll explain which password do we need to use later on. So let me make sure that we don't have any typo or anything wrong. gmail.com, that's true. Now let's go to third step. Now we need to configure email template that we want to use as the content of an email. For that, let's create in the root directory, let's create templates folder, and inside that we will create a simple HTML file. So let's create a directory called templates. Inside templates, I will create email templates. Inside email templates, I will create welcome.html. Just make sure that this HTML file is under email templates. And now I can actually try to find some basic email template code. Email HTML email template, copying. Just take basic example from somewhere. Responsive email, I'm not sure if I should use this. Okay, let's use this. So we have it. I mean, generally it's good to use email which has inline CSS. Let's try to simple. Let's type in simple HTML. Okay, let's go into the page. So here we have simple email template. Copy and paste it. So we are done with creating directory. Now we need to configure directories so that our Django application knows it has to look for files inside templates directory. For that we need to go to the settings.py of our main project and find dirs directory. Here we can type os the path dot join, just point it to the base directory and then templates. So this name should be same as this name, templates, which is fine. Because of this, we don't, Django knows that there are some files inside this directory and it will try to resolve the path based on this directory. So we are done with this step. Let's move on to the next step. Now the important thing, if we have enabled two-factor authentication, it will not work with the normal password that we use to log in into our Gmail account. If you haven't enabled two-factor authentication, generally it will work by using normal Gmail password, but it's always good to generate new password for our application. We can do that from our Gmail account. So this is the account that I'm using right now. We need to click on manage your account, and then on the left side we have to click on security, go to app password. I have to type in my password once again. Now we have to select mail, and we will be sending email from my MacBook, that's why I'll select Mac, generate the password. So copy the password and we have to paste this in this section. So we can paste the password where it says email host password. I will delete this password later on. I just wanted to show you guys how can we send email from our Django application. So now we are done with this step. This is probably third last step. Copy paste. We have already generated the password and pasted that into settings.py. That's cool. Now the second last part. Let's create a function to send an email. For that I will go to my email app view and I will create div send email from app, and I will copy paste copy only this part, copy paste, and make sure that the indentation and quotation of the strings are correct. name, context data. I will explain you why do we need to use context data. So email template, let's import all the required packages. So we need to import get template from template Django template loader. So, looks like something is wrong. Make it coded properly. Email templates welcome.html. So context data is actually all the variables which is used in the template. For example, let's say I want to send an email with a hi and then name of a person. For that we have to define context data and then dictionary to include all the variables. Then we have to use get email template html path context data. Let's say I want to use this name inside the template. What we can do is we can go to the template, confirm your email. Let's try to use that variable here. Sorry, name. Now this variable name should be same as whatever is there, whatever has been defined in the context data. Receiver email. Now we will be sending email to +1. So this is the trick that I was discussing before. So with Gmail account we don't have to create multiple accounts. If you want to test Gmail as having a multiple accounts, you can use normal Gmail account and then +1 +2 +3 +4 anything. You'll receive all the emails sent to this address on the actual base account. So email message is a class from Django core mail. This is welcome. This is the subject of an email. Welcome from Django app. Email, we have to provide email template. So this get email template will actually go to this file, read the file and resolve the template. So it will contain bunch of string with HTML and the actual data, and then we can use multiple receiver accounts. For now I'm just using one email account because we want to send HTML content. We have to define this parameter content of HTML and fail silently false. What it does is whenever we have exception, let's say if the password is wrong or something, it will throw an exception. Let's check if we have some problem or not. Looks like we have some problem. Indentation error. So okay, this is wrong. Django conf, something is wrong. It should be conf. Let me correct my slide as well. Yeah, now everything should be fine. Now if we go, we can let me remove this window. If we try to check our API is working well. Now let's try to send email. Let's call this function actually here and check if this is working or not. So we'll send email. It is taking some time. Now we got a response. Now let's check if we have received any email or not. Welcome to the Django app. Cool. So we have received our email, and then we have the name of the person as well from the email template. And you can see in this email was sent from 144 to the email +1 email address, which is a valid email address. I guess that's all. Yeah, we are now able to send an email from our Django application without using any third-party libraries. So in case if you have any queries, please comment below, or you can ask me on Twitter as well if you have something that you'd like to know. That's all. Thank you.